I hate fake. I would never do that.
So it's about identifying where the boundary sits for you, where it becomes potentially harmful for you to keep going down that road.
I just need to care less. I need to care less. Dr. Taz said care less. So
don't put those words in my mouth. You might start a movement.
Why not? Listen, I think we should see what everybody looks like when they just woke up.
I'm dreaming, oh, I believe in this dream I've been dreaming, oh, I'm dreaming, oh, I believe in this dream I've been dreaming, oh.
Dr. Tess is here to fix me, make me a human again, and chase all my dreams.
Yes,
is that a good intro?
that's exactly what I'm here for. I like that, yeah.
Yeah?
Make you a human again.
Right.
It presupposes you once were.
I actually think we were. I think if you look at like the 2-year-old version of yourself who has these dreams and no inhibitions and doesn't care about judgment and all that stuff. The question you asked me, what was it again? When I feel like I'm not enough. When does a 2-year-old feel like they're not enough?
Such a good point. Such a good point. I was with a friend on the weekend, all dressed up for this award ceremony, looking like a couple of princesses. And this little girl in a pram was just staring, like unwavering, staring. And like it was close enough to us that if it had been an adult, she should have felt uncomfortable, is what society says, right? We would have definitely felt uncomfortable. But because she was this little girl, we commented at the time, isn't it amazing how kids just don't feel that shame of being caught out for staring?
Right.
You know, there's something about that. Yeah, you're spot on.
Dr. Tess makes people human again. Makes people human again. That's why you go to her. You're feeling unhuman, go to Dr. Tess. We're changing your slogans around. Okay,
fine.
So listen, I did something today. Actually, so we have 2 directions to go in. One, I'm very excited by, which 2 new updates that I can share. And the other one I'm not so excited about, we can still do it, which is what we talked about, the continuation of my homework last week. Last month.
Let's go with the exciting option. What's the exciting option?
Did I set that up properly to make me
you certainly did. Yeah, you made sure that you got what you wanted. That's right.
But I wanted maybe you had your process and you want to make sure we do the other thing. So
no. You should know me well enough by now to know I roll.
Wow.
I roll with what comes.
I like it. Okay, so 2 things. One, I thought of this last night, and then I had to execute because that's how we do. I made a new series. I got to find it on my Instagram, called "Just Woke Up." Yeah. So I posted everywhere. So I'm like, I just woke up, and I make a video, and it's like I just woke up, and I'm tired. I got like I don't have a shirt on. I'm like tired. I don't even know. I literally just woke up, got my phone, and I said, I just woke up, and I don't know even. Let me hear what did I say? I posted everywhere, LinkedIn, the business account, all of it, right? So good.
Nice.
Let me find it. Let me see. Alex. Hold on. You won't really be able to see, but okay.
Just woke up. 5 days off of
Love
my
it.
regular routine, being away in New York. Coming back for one day. Let's go.
I was trying to put it higher so you could hear because my microphone's here, but it's me.
I can hear it. That's good to see.
Yeah. I'm tired as anything, and I just woke up. Anyway, so I thought of you. I feel like no. I thought of you because I feel like this is the exercise that you kind of wanted me to do. It's showing the not all together.
They're not polished.
I don't even know what I'm saying. Like I just woke up. You're loopy when you wake up. At least I am. And so before I become this is the pre-morning routine version where I just woke up. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep it. I thought you'd enjoy that. I was channeling Tess.
I did.
Posted it to every social platform. It's on LinkedIn,
I love it.
Twitter, Snap, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And there's one more. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's everywhere. So just woke up is going to be part of. Now I just have to remind myself that I have to do it when I just wake up because
otherwise the moment's gone.
Well, exactly. But
because you won't have just woke up.
Yeah, I need to put a sign by my bed or something because I feel like I might forget because I wake up and then I'm not thinking make content. I'm thinking I need to go to the bathroom. So before I go to the bathroom, This is before I went to the bathroom. This is the first thing I did. Phone. Anyway, so
How did you decide to do that when you first woke up?
How did I decide? I decided it last night.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, I decided last night that would be cool to do it. I just woke up.
Yeah. Do you know there's something about the intentions that you set before you go to bed? I think this is in Miracle Morning, the book Miracle Morning. The intentions you set before you go to bed make all the difference to how you wake up. And that was a big part in me being successful in getting up early, because I've been doing 6 a.m. meetings every day or every weekday for the last 3 months, which means I'm getting up at 5:30. And it's now that we've got spring here and it's light earlier, I'm actually having those meetings out walking.
Oh, nice.
And that whole, it's amazing. And so the whole idea of setting the intention for me at the very beginning, I had to set the intention that it was going to be exciting to have this meeting at 6 a.m. to get my ass out of bed, right? Okay. And I think with you setting the intention of doing that before you go to bed, just for having a moment where you're really clear in your mind and looking and visualizing how exciting and cool it's going to be to get up the next morning and do this thing.
Okay.
Are you taking notes?
I take notes. Wait,
oh, yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I take.
Yeah, good.
When there's something to do. But forget Miracle Morning. I care about what Dr. Tess has to say. So if she says it's a good idea, then here we go.
Well, there you go. Okay.
That's it. If it worked for Dr.
It's
Tess,
a miracle that I get up early in the morning. I would have said that about 6 months ago. Yes. So those intentions.
I feel like this is the
good.
evolution. This is the evolution of the Dr. Tess crap challenge.
Yeah, it's the evolution.
Evolution. Ooh, I like that. The evolution. Yeah. Because I was trying really hard to connect to that, but I wasn't really doing a good job.
No. And that's why it died a death, because I think it didn't hit the mark with what we had in mind, which was to show the real, because it still wasn't being in the moment real. Right. Hey, by the way, speaking of in the moment real, I'm loving your live stream.
Okay. So that's the second thing. So we just came back from New York. We did 4 days, 2 days in the car and 2 days in New York. One day I was just in meetings the whole time, and just straight meetings all day long. 5-minute breaks and then next. And so I couldn't really interact with the audience much because it was all day meetings. And then the second day we're out and about seeing New York, also meetings, but more where I can like interact with the audience a bit. So we're playing with it, but we did it. Like two streams were basically exactly on 12 hours. It has to be under 12 because at 12 YouTube deletes the video, so that's not cool.
Really?
Yeah. If it's over 12 hours, you can stream for, I forget what the limit is, but it doesn't save it as a video, so it's gone. So we have to keep on the clock to say, 10 o'clock, we gotta shut it down. So they're like 11 hours and 45 minutes or something. But it's it's good.
It's great. Enough. It's good. I've popped in a couple of times live. While I was away because I was up late, so I popped in live a couple of times, and it was just random. Just popped in randomly. One time you weren't even in the room.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But a couple of the guys were, and they were talking. It was all good. But what's really impressive is the quality of the video. I'm really impressed with the quality of the video, and it doesn't have that sort of I don't know. Wow. I guess the steadiness as well. Like the quality is really
Wow, Tess.
So I'm not trying to sell the product that you're using, but it's good.
Wow. But I was expecting what really impressed you was my vulnerability, my work ethic.
I haven't
my willingness to put myself out there. Maybe a million other things.
So needy this morning.
But no, it's the camera.
It's the technology that gets me every time. But I do love that you're doing it. I think it's really awesome. I haven't seen you. I haven't been in live when you've been there. You were in the first one I did pop in. You were in the back of the car, and you had your camera under your face. And I wanted to make some kind of comment about you looking like Bela Lugosi, but I didn't think it was quite appropriate, so I didn't.
You could have done that. I don't even know what that is. Then we'd have a whole discussion over who
Bela
it is.
Bela Lugosi used to play vampires in the old black and white vampire movies.
See, that would have been a whole thing. Then we'd look it up, and then we'd have to vote on it and see. Yes, that stuff is great. I mean, it worked.
But no, I do love that you're doing it. Have you found it? Because you were worried about some of the vulnerability moments, you know, like what if I'm yelling at Nina, or what if I don't know, whatever. Has that happened? Like, has any of the work stuff you worry about happened? Are you relaxed enough? Are you relaxed enough with the camera there?
Well, I mean, it's 12 hours a day. What are you going to do? You have to, no? I mean, you can't forget the camera's there. I don't think I had.
So you've already got to that stage. You've already got to that stage of kind of forgetting the camera's there.
Oh yeah, but I mean that I don't know that was ever like, even when we were in the car. I think the hardest part of forgetting the cameras there is I care about the audience, and is it boring for them to like, I'm not there. What's happening on the stream? Or when I'm doing an interview with somebody, I'm focusing on the person I'm talking to, not the camera's on me. We had a lot of fun moments. I mean, I didn't do my neck stretches, so there I am hanging over the side of the bed, you know, doing my neck stretches while live. We did push-up challenges and I mean, the only thing that we haven't done is slept on camera, I guess, for like, but it ends after 12 hours, so it's not a 24-hour stream. I don't know that we had any crazy things that I'm afraid of, but I'm also not like that. I don't know. There's not. I mean, afraid of being mean to Nina. Okay, but I'm actually not that mean to Nina most of the time too, right?
No. Well, that was going to be my point. You know, that whole thing about the fears that we have. Like, oh my gosh, what if I do this thing that I never actually do, or almost never actually do? Like, we create these scenarios around ridiculous that make us actually feel quite anxious. But it's ridiculous, because why would you do that anyway? Like, as if you're going to do that, because you never would. So. Well,
I mean, it happens occasionally, but. I don't know that we I mean, maybe we did. I don't even notice. But that's the idea.
So how long's it going to happen for, the live streaming thing?
So the plan is 90 days while I'm doing my tour, every day for 12 hours, as long as battery and, you know, technology. I'm sure we'll have some days where the whole thing just blows up for some reason, but the idea is 12.
And your tour's in January?
Yeah.
So this was a test run?
Yeah, test run of the tech, but also test run of the people to make sure that we're going with two people. So we have a driver, and then the guy who's in charge of the backpack, who's in charge of the stream in the community. And we all got along great, which is awesome. We also brought the dogs with us, which we are thinking of doing for the 90 days. Creates a little bit of headache. But finding that means you can't stay at hotels. Then you need Airbnbs, but the ones that allow dogs in big cities is rough. Anyway, so it's a test. But I'm even thinking about doing for members only on YouTube, having a behind the scenes, just keeping my keeping this camera on all day long while I work and just working. And then every now and then I'll check the chat and see what's happening. It'd be like a work with me kind of thing. Like, I'm working. Come work with me.
It's like stories on steroids, you know? I really found over the weekend, people, the feedback I was getting was that people were following what I was up to while I was getting ready for this awards night. Not just I'm not getting ready as in getting dressed, but, you know, like all the things I was doing to prepare for that event. And I think when people know that something's happening, they really get a vibe for following it. And I think what you're talking about is a bit like that, but written on a billboard. Like, it's massive.
Right.
It's massive. And people will drop in and drop out.
Right.
You know, so they'll pop in, like they're popping in for a cup of tea with Evan.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea.
I love it.
And we had people pop in all 4 days, and we start developing a routine.
There's a quote that you need to get from the video. Okay. I think it might have been, it might have been when you were with the woman in New York whose company owns the tech. And I came in just at the very end. You were sitting with her, and then you and she went off to get some photos taken. J Rose was on the comments.
Okay.
I'd popped in, so J Rose and I having a chit chat, and I've forgotten his name, but the guy who usually wears the backpack.
Ray.
Yeah, that's it. He somehow got involved in the comments, looking at the comments, and the quote you need to get is him saying at the top of his voice, "Who's Dr. Tess?"
Listen, Dr. Tess makes it all about herself. That's the quote that I need to get from the.
Well, I think that's what we need.
From the 30 hours of footage.
Me. Wow. If it's not all about me, I'm not doing it.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, I mean, mission accomplished in terms of, there were some moments. So I had this great conversation with Jeremy,
Yep.
who's the driver, who then we're talking
Yeah.
about investments, and it turned into this hour and a half long conversation that normally would never be filmed, because getting the
Yeah.
camera out, and I never know when something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
luckily I haven't gone through the footage, but luckily I think we have that maybe that becomes a video, but
That would be awesome.
that's fantastic. Like, to capture those moments
Yeah.
is the best. But
Yeah.
the secondary version was, I wanted to remove the shine, make it the anti-Instagram, where everything's perfect
Yeah.
and beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is it.
Yeah.
But Tess, it wasn't like, listen, honestly, making the morning, what did I call the morning thing? What did I call it? Just got up? Oh my God.
Just woke up.
No, what did I call it? It was good.
Let's go. Just woke up.
Yeah, just woke up. Yeah. Let me write that
So
down.
I listen.
I like it. So like the just woke up, or the 12 hours a day is not that scary. Like, I'm sure something's going to happen that I'm a little worried about, but this actually saddens me, because what am I supposed to do? What's the next thing? Where am I going? I mean, I could do it, but the boom boom test of like, I'm afraid of it. Not really.
Yeah. Right.
So how do we uncover the Evan that we're supposed to unlock and make me human again?
I think you're doing it. You're doing it.
So bad.
Yeah,
No.
we have peeled layers and peeled layers, and I think that those little moments, those little glimmers of just you being you, instead of all, and I've said this all along, instead of the only thing that people can access being the really polished pre-recorded videos.
Yeah.
This is really letting people in. And just because it doesn't feel hard, just because you're loving it, doesn't mean that it's not awesome.
All right.
I think that's a benchmark that you've set for yourself, is that it's only going to be awesome if it feels like it's hard, or if I feel like I suck. And that's not. Maybe you need to reassess your benchmarking criteria.
It's only growth if it's hard.
Well,
can you grow when it's easy?
I think you can learn a lot sometimes when things are easy, because they happen faster. And so when they happen faster, it means that you'll get to a hard spot. You know, when you're getting back to your 2-year-old example, when 2-year-olds run hell for leather, and they're running, and then they fall flat on their face.
Uh-huh.
That's the stuff that can happen when it's easy, So, and that's, I'm not saying I want you to fall flat on your face.
Yeah.
What
that's what I'm looking for.
I know you are. That's why I'm saying it. But I think that's what is the potential is there. You're doing something that's easy and you're enjoying it and it's fun. Other people are going to pick up on the funness of it. And, who knows what's going to pop up? Who knows? Who knows what you're going to learn from it? I think enjoy it. Not everything has to be difficult, Evan. So you're bored with it already, so you're not going to do it anymore? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'll still do it. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I already committed to the guy too that we're doing the backpack and I mean, it's not bad. We still have to figure out a bunch of stuff to make it work. But I guess my going through this process first with Steve, our agent, and then wanting me to share more personal stuff and my insecurities and that kind of stuff, and then in working with you and crap challenge and this kind of stuff, I in my head at least I thought, oh my God, when I come out of the other side of this thing, it's game over. And I felt like I feel like the stuff that I guess as we've grown, I felt like the things that you guys have asked me to do, I understand that I have not been sharing it, but it doesn't also feel difficult to share it. Like when Steve said, go in your underwear, and so I've filmed videos in my underwear, when my wife was, that was uncomfortable and awkward. But once I decided to do it, it wasn't that bad. And so I guess the letdown feeling I have right now is that where do I go next? What's the thing? I want to unlock. I got goals, dreams, ambitions.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So then
I like progress.
You, yeah, we get it.
So we'll do the 90 days. It's gonna, I mean, it'll be the longest. No business entrepreneur has done this. It will set records, I'm sure. Whatever results we get from how many people come, and I mean, we have people who are watching the New York live stream and said, "Oh, you're in New York," and then they came by the Starbucks where we were meeting. So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
And we've had a lot of fun on stream, but it also doesn't feel like we're producing a show. You know, this is just how we do.
And that's a good thing, because if it feels like you're producing a show, then already there's that veneer on top.
But the point of that is there's not much left for me to, like, apart from me in the bathroom, like, I don't know what else there is to share and to show and let people in on, you know.
But you're
me.
assuming that people aren't, and you're assuming that people aren't interested in just you.
I'm assuming that people
aren't interested. If you're saying that this is just me and this is all there is and there's nothing more for me to share, but you are sharing something new every time. I mean, all the time. I mean, if it's constant coverage, there are multitudes of things that people haven't seen.
Yeah, I'm more worried about that it's not a challenge for me. Not that it's not interesting for people. I mean, whatever. For some people it's interesting, for some people it's not. I'm not doing this really for the interest of, it's not meant to be a show. I mean, I guess to document the journey, yes, and to capture those moments, yes. But it's more the challenge exercise for, let's go. This is it. Here we go. Oh my gosh, 12 hours, no censoring, you know. But it's not. I think
the challenge will come. I think the challenge will come with something that you're not comfortable being seen, and that's not something you can predict.
Yeah, I know.
And then the challenge will be, do I pull that down or do I leave that up? You know, those sorts of challenges that we all face when we do live streams and stuff.
I'm just saying, what would happen that I would not want to have live stream?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking for, like, I'm so excited by it. I just watched a video when I broke my neck in Denver and realized that we have almost no content because we're just enjoying our day, and then Evan's in the hospital, and then I'm being let go. What do you, when you get out of the hospital? You're discharged. That's it. It's like super quick. This all happens because Nina, who was doing the vlog, was just so overwhelmed and lost that she was worried about me and not filming. And I had a concussion. I'm not thinking about anything, right? I'm just trying not to look at the lights. So we have no content. So, you know, something like that happens. How do I don't know. I mean, do we shut off the stream? Because, I mean, I guess you're in the hospital. I don't know. But I would, like, if we're legally, I would like to not. Like, just roll the whole thing. Just do the whole thing. Let's go. No end to the stream.
Boots and all. Yeah. I think so. I think that's going to be the challenge. So you can't preempt the challenge. Because the challenge will be whatever. No, well, of course you can't think of anything because you're trying to preempt it.
No, not to purposely. No, I hate fake. I would never do that. Like,
no. I'm not saying you would do that, but I'm saying
maybe you can plant something.
Well, that's what I was just thinking.
Vegemite shows up at our Boston Airbnb.
Yeah, I could just get the whole cupboard filled with Vegemite. No, it's all right. Yeah, I think it's a great thing. I think it's an interesting thing. I think that you'll learn a lot from it. I think you'll learn a lot about being vulnerable and just letting it happen, being yourself. But not even being vulnerable, just being yourself. And when you are yourself, we are innately vulnerable. We are just being ourselves. We're being our true selves. What's happening with the book?
The book, I'm in a different world right now. The book is coming along. They're delaying, I mean, publishers, whatever. The cover, I'm not a huge fan of. They're delaying the publishing date, which is a huge thing. So at the start of the tour, we won't have a book so I can't do it out of bookstores.
Right.
So I don't know what we're going to do. So we have to figure out a different venue. I won't even have books on hand to, like, give people or sell or anything. So But whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Steve's like, so we should delay till after Easter. It's like, no way, I'm going. January, we're out. Whatever. No book, we're still going.
Yeah.
Like, this is how
Build
we
a
roll.
momentum. Yeah. Yeah. That
It's
sounds
more
good.
like we set a date, we're out of here, you know? Even if it's in the best interest of my book to actually delay the tour and have it happen later. But no, we're going. January, whatever, 12th, I think we leave, and we come back April 12th or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you can sell pre-orders anyway, can't you?
Yeah, it's a little different. Like if you're in the store and there's an event, people can just pick it up and buy it versus having to go to a website and, you know, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. It's happening.
Okay.
We're pushing it out.
Okay.
But to your point about being yourself, I mean, so this morning on my Instagram Live, I came up with the idea of doing the members only live stream of work with me all day. So I'll just have it and I'll be working and every now and then check in. And then one of the members wrote to say, well, I love the idea as long as you don't burn out.
Yeah.
But like
burn out how?
I don't know if I'm having a show or, I mean, it's not a burnout. It's just me doing my thing. I'm not worried about. Yeah. Like even this, I feel like I'm talking to you and there's no camera. I'm not censoring myself. This is what we do when we have dinner. It's the same conversation. So there's no burnout because there's no extra effort. It's just living. Yeah. I'd be interested to know what they were concerned about, because I agree with you. I think that if you're comfortable with the camera being there, and you are being your own self, then the burnout risk is lower than if you were putting on a show. And there's a big difference between putting on a show in terms of the energy required and filming yourself being yourself. Yeah. But that's something to watch for. I think that's not a bad thing to be watching for, you know, whether there becomes an element of you feeling like you're putting on a show, whether you start feeling like you're dreading doing it, then that's something to be looking for and figuring out what that's about at the time, if it happens. Maybe. I mean, I don't feel that as but maybe, I don't know. Maybe it becomes the whole thing. I don't know. I guess I was just hoping for a bigger unlock from this whole thing, that I'm really scared to do this thing. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Let's do this thing. Yeah.
We talked about it a bit. Like, I think there's been quite a bit of anticipation. I think that you've been, you know, it's been consuming your mind quite a bit until the lead up. I think you were expecting a bigger explosive feeling in yourself once you'd done it. Is that what you mean?
I just thought it would be harder and expected more like, ooh, that's going to be like when I was doing the burpees, like, ooh, that's going to be awkward to show. So let's go do it. Yeah. Yeah. But it was okay. Even this morning in making just woke up, at the beginning, this 15-second video, the first 10 seconds, I'm tired as anything. And like, I barely know what I'm holding in my hand. But then the last 5 seconds, like, this is so good. The fact that like, I'm so pumped by how awful I look. And then I want to share it. Like it's the best start to the day. I'm so excited to share that.
You might start a movement. I
just woke up. Why not? Listen, I think we should see what everybody looks like when they just woke up. I think that solves a lot of problems.
Yeah. Solves a lot of problems.
Yeah, I think if you see what Kim Kardashian looks like when she first wakes up, I think that solves problems.
Yeah. That's a fair call, actually. I think that whole thing of the sheen, the veneer that people wear, you know, it's Yeah. We need to do with less of that.
That's what I want to create. Yeah, that's the whole show.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Makes sense to me. Good luck with the Thought Leadership Academy.
Right. Yep. Yep.
You know, I so wish I was secretly planning to just shut up. No, I really wish I had this little bubble in my head. Like, wouldn't it be awesome if there was some magical way that I could just surprise you and rock up? But I literally can't.
It's sold out, Tess.
I know,
spots.
I missed the boat anyway.
We're done.
Too late, lady. We're done. I'm not welcome anymore. That ship has sailed.
Listen, I have
good luck with it.
I have a soft spot for you. If you showed up, I'd let you in, but we'd have to call you out in front of everybody at the start.
Of course. I would not expect to get off lightly. Do not worry. No, it would be amazing, I'm sure. And I guess what will you film? Oh, no, you're not filming. You finished filming for now? The live streaming?
Oh, yeah,
live streaming?
yeah. The live stream. So the behind the scenes work with Evan, I'm going to start October 1st when I'm back I'm speaking at Dean Graziosi's event in Phoenix. Otherwise, I don't have anybody to film it, right? I mean, my guy's going to start in January, so he can't start sooner. So it's just whatever I can do myself, which I'm not going to do. Then it becomes a show if I have to do all the setups. So it's just basically my camera's already here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's January. The October 1st will be the behind the scenes work with Evan. And then the Just Woke Up, I'll start that.
Yeah.
We should both do Just Woke Up. That's the Evan Carmichael challenge, Dr. Tess. Dr. Tess just woke up in whatever you're wearing, right? I sleep just in my underwear. So here I am, just woke up.
At least I wear pajamas.
There you go. Just woke up. Listen, I think that's how you get self-confidence. You share.
And do you do that as a oh, you did it as a pre-record, didn't you? Because you put it everywhere. Wasn't a live to it wasn't a live to
no. It's because I want to put it, I create content for all platforms. So if I do live, then it only lives on one spot. LinkedIn was the most I was excited for, because LinkedIn is all business, hardcore expert stuff, right? And here I am with no shirt on, like tired as anything. Who even knows what I'm saying? I'm pumped to see how well that video does on LinkedIn. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. I'm going to go check it out.
Instagram, you expect to be a little,
edgy.
Yeah, edgy. But LinkedIn and then Twitter is a little more risque.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well,
all right.
I think it's a good challenge. I think it's fun. I think you'll have a great time doing it. I think you will.
We'll do it.
Mm.
I'm a little. You started the episode crusty, and I'm ending the episode crusty.
Yeah. I feel good now.
All right. Well, if you come up with some more boundary pushing things that will unlock and make Evan human again.
Boundary pushing. Yeah. I think that's a challenge for me. I'll have to think about that.
But I feel at the same time, there's got to be like a million things. Is this just something built into my personality? I feel like there's got to be a million, like I'm nowhere close. That's the frustrating. I feel like I'm nowhere close. Like I'm just starting. I'm in grade 1 at this stuff.
You're in grade 1 at this stuff. I think you're at least grade 2. No, I think you're at least grade 2.
Barely, like just started. I'm just like failing out of grade 1. I'm almost not going to pass. That's how I genuinely feel. Like it's nowhere close.
Well, I think you've come. I think you're doing huge. There's a huge variety of what you're doing now compared to when I met you, in terms of that veneerless stuff.
Yes.
And I can see it.
So maybe I'm in high school now, but I want to get to like doctorate, and I feel I'm just way so far away, and I don't know what to do as the thing to get me to the place.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think once you're doing the challenge, I mean, the 90-day live streaming, there'll be a whole range of reactions that will also push buttons perhaps too.
I hope so. I'm hoping for the meltdown where then I have to call Dr. Tess to like walk me off. How cool would that be? Like I freak out. Did you see the post I did where I felt overwhelmed?
No.
I tagged you, right? Didn't I tag you?
No.
Oh my gosh, I got overwhelmed. Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, yes, you did. I think you did.
Yeah, it's like a couple weeks ago.
You did. Yeah, it was a while ago.
Oh,
yes,
I got so excited.
You did.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I messaged you.
Okay, I don't remember. I just was so excited that I got overwhelmed and I could share it.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But yes, okay. So if you have the meltdown and,
I'm very excited. I want to have a meltdown and then call Dr. Tess and then she walks me back to normal. Huh? How cool would that be? That would be amazing.
That would be cool.
What would have to happen for me to have a meltdown?
See, I can't see it because you're usually pretty cool. And I think even someone giving you a hard time When was the last time you had a meltdown? Have you ever had a meltdown?
No, like full on meltdown, not just feeling like
See,
overwhelmed.
again, this is this whole thing.
So
This
should
whole
I
thing
have a
of
meltdown? Should I like tap into reserves and figure out how to have a meltdown?
no.
I think you'd have to like you'd have to do something to Nina, I think.
Yeah, I'm not
think
going
that-
to. Yeah, let's
yeah,
not
like-
set Nina up for that. That's a bad. That's
Right?
not, yeah, let's
Yeah,
not
you'd
set
have
Nina
to.
up.
I mean, I still see myself logically working my way through it, but you'd have to just like really screw over Nina somehow with
Yeah.
bad intent, you know, like not an
Yeah.
accident, like with intent.
Yeah.
That would,
That would do it.
I think that would
That
do
would
it.
do
I
it.
don't know what it would
Yeah.
be, but let's not wish that karma
Yeah.
into the world.
No. Let's not. That would be a bad thing. All right. So what's coming up? You've got the Thought Leadership Academy. I'm loving your teaser for the YouTube course.
Oh, okay.
It's gorgeous. Who designed that?
My team.
Beautiful. Tell them I love it.
Cool.
Challenges. Have you got anything coming up that is a challenge in your mind? Anything coming up that you are anxious about, nervous about, worried about?
Well, I mean, I have my Thought Leadership Academy. I don't know when this
Yeah.
video goes up, but it's happening for us this Wednesday. So every
Yeah.
time I try to up the game, make it more important. I'm excited about the people coming. So that'll be
Awesome.
my challenge is not get sick, because I got to go the next day to go speak with Eric Thomas and Yin Graziosi and Brendan Burchard in Phoenix in front of 3,000
Yep.
people. So that'll be fun. But I always get sick after my events because I give everything.
So what can you do differently so you don't get sick? How can you still give everything but do something differently so you look after yourself a bit better?
I don't know. I think I got to maybe go home a little earlier.
Yeah, maybe.
I got to not get obsessed. Like I get obsessed over the ridiculous things. In May, we had a kid. The father and mother both came and they brought their kids, and one of their kids was obsessed with Lamborghinis. And a friend of mine has a car collection and has a couple Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
And so like it became my obsession that he had to go see those Lamborghinis, but they couldn't go during my workshop. So
Yeah.
I asked, like, can you guys stick around? And they couldn't because he had to go back. So I'm in my head, well, how do we make this happen? So could it ended up being that the mother and the son stayed. I paid for the hotel. I paid for their flight back, even though they drove here, just so that I could take him on Monday to the car collection and stay 3 extra days, because you're supposed to go home. Anyway, so this is what's on my head while I'm trying to run my workshop, right? I can't help it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to not be a good person. I think that's like, I got to have tests in my head saying, don't be a good person. And then
I don't say don't be a good person.
No, but that's how.
But I do say boundaries. I do say boundaries.
Boundaries?
Boundaries.
What's boundaries?
Yeah, boundaries. Oh, what's boundaries? Oh,
no,
Evan,
but like
we've
I
not
know
talked
it. But
about boundaries.
How do you?
Well, it's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Honey, you right, darling? I've got water here if you need it. Boundaries, where you draw the line between. Draw the line around what you need to do for yourself and stick to it.
Yeah. I'm very bad at that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
So you're still wanting to give 110%, but there is a limit, and the limit is something you have to stick at. So.
But like that made his life.
Oh,
right?
And that's a beautiful thing. That's a
and
beautiful
if I didn't
thing.
do it, I would know that I could, and I didn't. Like I'd rather live with 2 days of sickness to like know that I made this entire family's, life. I can, right? It's like my mom right there, right? She says like, you can, so you must.
Yeah. But you can't when you've burnt out, and this is getting back to this idea about burnout.
Yeah.
So there's a point, and I deal with this with a lot of mental health professionals who work in private practice, and they just compassion fatigue, but also the clash between being a helping professional and being a business owner. So wanting to do more and more and more and more for their clients and not charging for the more and more and more that they're doing. because they've got this values-driven approach to mental health care being all about helping the person, and therefore I'm just being greedy if I expect to be paid for all that stuff. Well, actually, you're running a business, and so then they burn out. So maybe, you know, that whole question of, for them, it's, should you be in private practice? If you want to help that much, should you be working for a charity organization or something like that? So you can give and give and give. So it's about identifying where the boundary sits for you, where it becomes potentially harmful for you to keep going down that road. And harmful in the terms of financially, energy-wise, whatever it might be.
Yeah. I mean, at the most recent events, Nina has come down, and then like my speaking gigs where she came along, she'd come down and pull me back upstairs. Like, oh, it's 11:30 at night. You spoke 5 hours ago. Maybe you should come back upstairs because you're, So that's been a good, because I'll stay in. I think, you know, I'll stay until all the way just because I love it.
Yeah.
Because they're meaningful conversations. We're not just talking about the weather and barbecue and whatever, right?
No. And that's really important, because the reality is that, especially, you know, I'm thinking about the live streams and people rocking up to a cafe where you happen to be working, and like, where's the boundary there? Where do you stop letting the meeting that you're having be disrupted by people wanting to come and say hello? It's wonderful that they want to come and say hello, but the more popular that stuff becomes, where are you going to draw the line? It's almost like, where do I, my mum's words of advice are, start as you mean to finish, you know. And so starting to think now about what boundary would I need to put in place in the future as this gets bigger, to protect not only you but the work you're trying to do. Start thinking about that now and putting some boundaries in place so you don't get sick, so you can go to Phoenix full of energy.
I think we gotta have Nina be my buffer again. Nina, bring me home on time.
Yeah. And set it up at the start. You know, you tell everybody, this is my Achilles heel. I will stay here all night long talking to you guys, and then I'll get sick. So what we're doing is we're putting a boundary in place, and you guys, I'm going to keep myself accountable. Nina's going to keep me accountable, and you guys are going to keep me accountable.
Yeah.
We're in this together.
The best stuff comes in those moments. Like, the reason why I'm pushing over.
Yeah, so that's just FOMO.
Really
No. That's just fear of missing out. That is fear of missing out.
No. When I push it harder, longer, like at my second Thought Leadership Academy, everybody had to wait an extra hour because I took this one guy and spent an hour and a half with him instead of half an hour, but I couldn't let him go because he wasn't getting it. But then eventually he got it. It's like that willingness for another human to spend that hour with him made the whole difference for his, like, if I can't I'd rather not see them, because if I can't let them go. I can't let them go. You have to get this. You have to get this, or it will bother me. And even if I left, I'd be thinking about it all night anyway. It's better for me just to deal with it than to have it on my awareness, because then I'm not going to sleep. If you have hacks for that, oh my gosh, that'd be life-changing.
Yeah, totally. You come back to it. So you put a note down. So again, using the therapist as the example, right? So, you know, therapists in private practice who are working with a client, they're meant to be sticking to a 50-minute session so that they're on time for the next client, right? And yet some of them will keep going with this particular client because they're stuck in the importance of what they're talking about right that time in that moment with that client, because they're not getting it, whatever it might be. The client's not making the link that the therapist wants. You get disciplined about saying, we're going to stop now, and I'm going to write a note, and I'm going to make sure that this is the first thing we talk about when we come back.
But I may never see them again. Like, this guy flew in from Miami.
So then the question is, and so then the question is, who's it for? Is it for them or is it for you?
Both. Like, it's for them, but in helping them, it's the most fulfilling thing of all time. And if I don't, then I'm going to be dreaming about it for the next 2 weeks, pissed at myself that I didn't do more when I could have.
Yeah, and you still can follow up with them.
Oh, yeah. But like, to get back in the place of where, I mean, no, that's rare that I'll stomp on somebody else's time. That usually doesn't happen, but I'll stomp on my own time. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's important.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're just going to have to think about it. You're just going to have to think about, what can I change that will look after me so that I don't get sick, so I can go to Phoenix. I bet Nina's got some ideas.
She just pulled me away. I mean, the real end, I just need to care less. I need to care less. Dr. Tess said care less. So
don't put those words in my mouth.
So forget y'all. I'm going.
Out of here. You don't need to care less. You need to have some boundaries.
Yeah.
And stick to them. Because what that does, it also means that people are really, really clear that this is what we've got, this is all we've got, that this is how this works. And if I don't get this now, I may not be able to come back to this. So it puts the pressure and the onus on the individual as well.
Yeah, it's not them.
Not all
me.
on you.
No, it's all on me. I mean, I could end it anytime I want. I could. If I said, hey, I got to go, nobody's going to be super upset. And if they were, whatever.
Yeah.
It's you get the fish on the hook and you're about to make a big breakthrough, and then you just let the line go. Oh man, that just like destroys me. Or the worst is like you get somebody and you push them. Sometimes you got to make it worse before you can make it better. And so if I even feel like I've made it worse for them, I can't leave them feeling worse than when they at least get them back to where they came in, not worse. If I can't get them where they need to be, I'm not going to leave them worse. That would destroy me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I understand that, but that's not every case. That's not every example. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Think about it. Think about
Dr.
it.
Tess. Have a great start to
Always.
the week.
Hey, you too.
What's my homework for next month?
Yeah, well, this is your homework. You've got to be thinking about things that you need to put in place, boundaries that you can be working on that protect you. This is an opportunity or an example of what you need to be thinking longer term.
Can I call it the Dr. Tess care less boundaries?
Oh, no, you cannot. It's not about caring less.
Just makes me happy.
I know that. I know that.
Okay, I hear the message. Okay. Less care. Okay, boundaries. Well, I'll report back to see how it went last time when we talk.
All right, then.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Tess. Talk to
no
you
worries.
soon.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. If you want to see Dr. Tess push me in our last conversation, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Call me Tessa, and I may just want to punch you in the face.
Wow!
You're so competitive. You'll pick anything to compete with.